Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, known as Data Geek. And if you're getting started with SQL, or maybe you just want to freshen up your basics, this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you 10 basic queries you should know with real-world data examples you can try right away. So let's get started. So here I am in pgAdmin, and pgAdmin is great to use for beginners to learn SQL. So if you want to know how to download pgAdmin for free, I put a link in the description below on how to download step by step so you can go ahead and start immediately using pgAdmin for PostgreSQL. You can start learning how to navigate databases and tables. So here on the left side, I have server 1, so that means I only have one server. But below that, I have databases, and see I have the number 2 here. So the number 2 shows how many databases I have. So I have employees and Postgres. Postgres comes with the program when you download it. So this employees table I had created. So if I click this arrow here on the side to expand it, then if you scroll down to schemas, you can go ahead and expand that one as well. And schemas is where it holds your tables. Scroll down to tables and expand that. You'll see 3 tables: customer table, employee table, and orders table. If I expand the customers table, you will see I have 2 columns in the customer table, which is called customer ID and customer name. Now if I expand employees table, I have columns, expand columns, and now I have 5 columns in my employees table, which is employee ID, first name, last name, department, and salary. And then next I have orders table. So if I scroll down, you'll see in those columns of the orders table, I have customer ID, and order date. So these are the tables I have in my database called employees. So to view this, I would have to look at my employees database and grab my table names. And again, I'm in pgAdmin, so to do pgAdmin, so I can click on my table, I'll right click and go to Query Tool, and it opens up a query tool. So here on the top where it has the number 1, this is where you're going to type in your queries, which is our SQL. And then here on the bottom where it says data output, that's where it's going to show our output. And number 1, we're going to go ahead and select all columns from our employees table, which is this one here. Because I want to see all the columns in that table. So I would go select asterisk sign, which is the star sign. So that means select all from employees, because that's what my table is called, employees. So make sure it's the correct spelling. So select all from employees. Now if I run this, it shows me everything in my employees table. So again, I have employee ID, first name column, last name column, department, and salary. So if you want to go ahead and look at everything in orders table, you go select all from orders and again run that. Now here's all and everything in your orders table. Now how about customer table? Let's check it out. Select all from customers table and run that. Now here's our customers table, only 2 columns and all the data in that column. So again, if you have tables within your database and it has a lot of rows and columns, it will show you everything. So that's what the asterisk sign is for. Select all from and then your table name. Going to number 2. So now we're going to go ahead and select specific columns. So say you don't want to see all of your columns in your table. We want to see only, say for example, first name and last name from employees table. So how would I do that? I would go select and then our column name, first name, comma, last name, from, and then now our table name, which is employees. And we will run this. Now I'm getting an error. So this was on purpose. So why is it an error? Well, I need to find out what exactly the spelling of those columns. So if I go here to employees table and I expand it, so first name underscore name, last name underscore name, it needs to be exactly as is. So first name underscore name. So I will go ahead and rewrite this to first underscore name and last underscore name. So now that we have the correct spelling, we will run this. And here we go, successfully ran. So now we only see in the employees table, first name, last name. So if you're not sure what columns to view, which in the table, open up your tables and say, okay, well, I want to see customer ID and customer name in the customers table. So you would change this to the customers table and you would change these names here to say customer underscore name. Say that's the only one you want to see because there's only 2 columns here, so I could select all to see all columns. But if I want to see a specific column from the customers table, I would just identify that one specific column, making sure it's the correct spelling. So I will run this. And there we go. We have select customer name from customers table. Now number 3, we're going to use a where clause. So what this does is it filters rows based on condition. So again, we're going to go ahead and delete all of this and only keep the select. So we want to do select all from now your table name, which is employees. And this we're going to use the where clause. Where department equals sales. So in the employees table, I want to see all that where the department equals sales. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Now I only see where the department column only shows sales. So this is where you use that where clause. So for example, there's an Alice Smith, right? So what if you want to look at this column, last name? So select all from employees table, where, let's do last underscore name equals, and let's go Smith, because we know there's a Smith there. So if you're looking for somebody with that specific last name, you just go last name equals Smith and go ahead and run that. Now there's only one person with the last name Smith. So that is how to use a where clause. So basically the where clause is your filter. So now going to number 4, we're going to use order by. What this does is it sorts your results. So we will go ahead and get rid of this last line of code because we're going to use select all from employees table. So we're using the employees table again. But in this case, we want to select all from employees and then we want to use the order by. So order by last underscore name and then use ASC and then the semicolon. So what this does is it orders by last name from alphabetical order. So we're going to go ahead and run this. And now last name is now ordered in alphabetical order. So it's ordering by last name. Now if you want to go ahead and use it the opposite, instead of A through Z, you would use DESC there and run this. Now you can see that it's opposite from last name, W through B. So number 5, we're going to do a limit. So we're going to limit to only view a certain amount of the data. So for example, we wanted to return specific numbers of results. So this is perfect whenever you have a big data set and just want a quick preview. So we're going to go ahead and use the employees table again, but this line of code here, the second row, I'm going to delete it. Now we want to select all from employees, but I want to limit, so LIMIT to 5. And then if I run this, you will see it only has 5 rows. It's perfect for a big data set. So if you only want to see 2, you change that to 2, and then go ahead and run your code. Now you're only seeing 2 rows of your data set. All right, so now number 6, we're going to do a count function. So we're going to select the count from employees where department equals HR. So we want to know how many employees work for HR. So to do this, we just simply go and keep the select, but this time we're going to delete everything after that. So select and then use count, then open parentheses, your asterisk, which is the star. So count all from employees where department equals single quotation HR and then semicolon. So go ahead and run this. Now they're counting how many work for HR, so there's 2. So this is good to know when you want to know how many employees work in HR or any other department. You can go ahead and use the count function. So this has your back. Now, going to number 7, we're going to group by. This function groups data for summary stats. So we will go ahead and delete this and keep only your select function. Then we go department, which is your column name. And we want to do count, open parentheses, and then your star, because we want to count all from employees. Next, we're going to group by department, and then semicolon. So I'll go ahead and run this. This gives you a breakdown on how many employees are in each department. So you're saying select the department column, count them all from employees table, and group by department. So now you're counting them and grouping them. So finance has 1, sales has 3, IT has 3, and HR has 2. Now number 8, we're going to join 2 tables. So this is a great way of joining multiple tables into one. This is one of the most important things to master in SQL. We'll start off with deleting this code and select our orders table, dot, and now our column name, which is our orders ID, comma. Next is we're going to grab our customers table, and the column name is customer name, underscore name. Then we want to grab it from orders, and we want to join. This is where we're going to use our join function. We want to join customers table on orders dot customer ID and we want it to equal to the customers table that customer ID and the semicolon. So we'll go ahead and run this, and we only have one output. So if you have a larger data set, mine is much smaller for this tutorial, it's going to show you everything that matches from the customer ID table, from the orders table, and give you that output of those related values. Now going to step number 9, we're going to use the update function. So sometimes you may need to fix or change information without reloading the whole table into your data set. So this is where the update function comes in. So we're going to go ahead and delete this and use update. And we're going to update our employees table. And we want to set our column name, which is department, equal senior analyst, where employee underscore ID equals 5, semicolon. So we're setting the department to change to senior analyst for employees that equal 5. So go ahead and run that. Query returned successfully. Now if we want to view this and see if the changes actually changed, Going back to number 1, we're going to do a select all from employees table and run this. And here we see the employee ID that starts with 5. Her name is Eve Black. And for department column, it is now changed to senior analyst. Now, number 10, we're going to delete. Now, the delete function, you have to be very careful because once you delete it, it's gone. So we'll go ahead and delete. So we're going to do delete from the employees table where department equals HR. Semicolon. Right now we only have one HR, which is Bob Jones. But if we run this, it says it ran successfully. So this deletes all employees in the department that has HR. You'll use this to clean up your data, but be very, very cautious. And to view this to see if it worked, again, we're going to go to select all from employees and go ahead and delete this. And we will review that now that HR, which was Bob, is now gone. So I encourage you to try each query with your own data set. So use a select first to preview data before using update or delete. And again, be very cautious with that delete button. Always keep a backup when working on real databases. And that is a wrap on 10 essential SQL queries every beginner should know. So which one was your favorite or most helpful? Leave a comment in the comments below. Let me know. Also, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another new tutorial. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you on the next video.